school sports weekend in volleyball, as yesterday saw the keeper of the gold match take place at Riverton High School. The Lady Tigers, however, would fall in 3 straight sets and will play Pinedale today on the road to conclude regular season play. Regionals will start next week. Cross country will be competing in state tomorrow in E30 as head coach Kevin Green reflects on the season heading to state.
We've had a good season. We've grown a bunch. I think the part we were missing this year is we didn't really have the buy-in for summer running, so we spent probably the first portion of our season getting in shape, and the speed's just come here recently. So looking for kids to have a good weekend, good Saturday run.
Senior Marley Jones talks about everyone coming back at the right time heading into the final race of the season.
Yeah, our team's been doing really good this season. We have a lot of strong athletes, and some of them have been hurt and out for parts of the season, but I think we have everyone back now, so we're hoping to do well at state.
Top 3 as a team is a goal for senior Kyra Simonson and the Lady Tigers heading into E30 tomorrow.
As a team, we're definitely hoping for top 3. But we hope that if our 5th, 6th, 7th runners can get up there, then we'll be really set.
Lander Valley senior Charlotte Babbitts is looking for a PR for the season as well as a personal PR heading into her final race as a Lady Tiger in cross country.
I'm hoping that I can get a season PR, maybe even a new PR. And as a team, I think that we have some pretty good runners, so I hope we do well.
Senior Gage Grove's favorite moments come from the bus rides and team bonding.
This year, just on the bus rides back from the races, it's always a good time, especially this one coming back from Powell. Everyone had a good race, and it was just a really good time talking after that race.
Senior De'Aaron Bell realized that the season was winding down when going on a run with her teammates.
This last run that we did, it was in government draw, and we were all running, and it was a bunch of the senior girls, and we were just talking about like what we wanted to be when we're like out of high school and out of college, and it was like a shock, like, oh, we're actually here. This is the last time we're running this place, and that was probably my favorite memory, just because it's like we did a lot of things together, and we're gonna go and do things after, and hopefully it just turns out well.
The state cross country meet will take place in E30 as the Lady Tigers will run at 11 a.m. while the boys will compete at 12:45. Results will be reported on county10.com. The Lady Tigers swimming team will be in Rollins for 3A West Conference meets as it will happen today and tomorrow. Next week, the Lady Tigers will host a last chance meet for swimmers who haven't qualified for state to have that opportunity. Again, check out results at county10.com. This has been your Lander Valley High School Sports Weekend. Check out county10.com for results, updates, and feature stories. When we come back from the break, we'll have an interview with head coach John Scott. It's Tiger Football on the County 10 Sports Network.
The Lander community supports the Lander Valley High School Tigers, and Altitude Interiors on Main Street is no exception. Altitude Interiors is Lander's expert in flooring, window coverings, cabinets, and more. The inside of your home is like a team jersey. Every so often, you just need a redesign. The team at Altitude has the best playbook in town and can help you with your projects from start to finish and make sure you get the look and feel of your dreams. Altitude Interiors supports Tiger football, and they're here for you too at 333 Main in Lander.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it is for a one-time use or event. That is why they offer tools, equipment, and party supply rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Centers, 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rocks.
Catch Lander Tiger football All season long on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video on County 10's YouTube channel.
Welcome back, Tiger Football, as we're going to get to the studio real quick before we get into head coach John Scott's interview, as Jared is at the studio. What's going on, Jared?
Wyatt, thanks very much. We'll keep you up to date all night with scores. Of course, a lot of playoff implications going on, so we'll get you caught up on some 3A scores as those start coming into us. But first, let's take a look at some Fremont County scores of interest. Of course, a couple of teams in action yesterday, and I don't think anybody in the state saw this kind of a result coming. Rocky Mountain rolls over Wind River 35-0. Wind River will have to go on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Shoshone took care of the Natrona County Sophomores 56-17. They had to scrap that game together after the Wranglers had a forfeit win against Wyoming Indians. So they get the forfeit win, then they get the literal win over the Natrona Sophomores. Riverton's on the road tonight at Worland, trying to find themselves in a playoff spot. 6 o'clock kickoff tonight from Worland. And earlier today, it was number 2 DuBois taking care of number 3 Burlington in 6-man football, 60-52. Good shootout there. That could be a playoff matchup again in a couple of weeks. DuBois will get home field in the playoffs, it looks like, for the first 2 weeks if they advance in the quarterfinals. Wyatt will keep you up to date with all the scores here at the County 10 Sports Desk. Back to you.
Thanks, Jared. As again, huge shout out to Jared Anderson for providing updates throughout the entire season. As now we'll get you into that pregame interview with John Scott. Back here on the County 10 Sports Network here with head coach John Scott. And coach, last week it seemed like things were going right for you guys. You were able to get the 31-13 victory over Worland. So just kind of talk about that game and how it led to that victory.
Well, it didn't start out like we had planned a little bit. We gave up a lot of yardage the first quarter, in adapting to their offense. And I guess on the good side, we got to see a lot of their plays and got to see them. And we were able to make, on-field adjustments. And when I say on-field, it's the kids adapting to the speed of the game out there. And, we can try to change a line, where they're aligning or whatnot, but ultimately they've got to gain their confidence then by watch. So we didn't give up, the huge plays, but we did let them control a lot of the clock. So we had to be very efficient with what we did to stay in it, and then to go in at halftime probably with about 3 or 4 possessions is all we had. We felt good about, and then in the second half we just continued to play confidently and got a little run game going, especially in that fourth quarter, and finished strong with a 98-yard drive. And so kind of finished up the way we had hoped, that you can control some clock, and the first and fourth quarters were kind of a flip-flop.
You talked about last week in the post-game show, we were talking about Brendan Stauffenberg's 3-interception game and how being a quarterback helps out with that. How would you say that applies to maybe other positions on the field if you're playing one position on the offense and playing?
It's sometimes yes, no. What he gets the ability to do is basically his key read is through a quarterback. And he's basically, Brennan likes to come downhill, and he's in a position that we kind of give him that, hey, Brennan, we need help on the run, but don't get beat deep, which is an oxymoron. I mean, just like, and he's done it well, but he looks through the quarterback to see if he gets a high ball, which is a pass, a low ball handoff, and then he has to react accordingly. And, for the last 2 years that he's been playing as a safety, he's a long strider, so once he gets his wheels going and he can get to a ball, he covers some ground, and then, of course, being 6'2" really helps him. And so, that probably gave him an advantage as well against Worland. They were going with a different quarterback in there that knew what to do, but was probably going to give it away a little bit with his eyes because he was kind of locked on to where he wanted to go, and I think Brennan took advantage of that.
This week, there's a lot of, we were just talking about a moment ago, a lot of variables that can happen. You guys could be the 1 seed, you could be the 2 seed or the 3 seed. It's probably, you just got to keep your players focused on this game in particular.
Well, we keep them focused now, on these final weeks. Finish. That's a huge word for us. Let's not look ahead. Let's not start thinking about other things. We're at a point in the football season where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the thick of it. You wanted to be, and it's even a grumpy time of the year. I mean, you should be a little bit irritable and focused and kind of eliminating all the other distractions and then finish. So we know we've got a tough opponent in Douglas, the number 1 over on our side right now, and then you roll into a playoff game. Well, you use one to help with the other to really understand that whatever you're going to see the next 2 weeks are going to be two of the best. So don't save anything for next week. Use it this week, and then let's deal with it and see who we're going to be with and whatnot, and stay as consistent as we can. But it's that time of year. We're in a good position. It's where we wanted to be. And now let's finish.
Yeah, we were just mentioning Douglas. Talk about this team a little bit. Like you were mentioning, they're undefeated right now in the conference, and
we're gonna have to cut that as we're gonna head into the break real quick. We'll be back after this.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoorsman.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander. Palace Pharmacy of Lander is proud to be this year's starting lineup sponsor and supports athletics all across Fremont County. Palace Pharmacy in Lander is locally owned and locally loved. Palace Pharmacy combines high-quality products with personalized care. They strive to help you reach your health and wellness goals. Stop into Palace Pharmacy, 1255 Main Street, Lander, or see them online at palacepharmacywy.com. Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Back here on the County 10 Sports Network as we're going to finish up this pregame interview, hopefully. So while some other stuff are going on, let's finish that pregame interview.
That you guys are trying to finish off strong. So just what do you know about this team and what's the game plan going in?
Well, they're the benchmark of 3A for us over here. They really are. Their program under Coach Rhodes over the years of what they've evolved to is exactly what you try to really would love to emulate yourself. I mean, there's few programs around the state that I think can have that ability where their system is so strong, so believed in. From school, community, everything, and they basically say, here's what we're going to do, stop us. And they put those kids into that position that each kid it's his year, and he's got something that he has to hold up to for Bearcat football. And you just kind of see it. We see them in camp a lot. We see them, and they're kind of the ones where I think you can learn from to say that's what we're trying to get to. That's because they don't get gimmicky. They'll put little tweaks in this in, but when it comes down to it, they're going to run toss. And they're going to be a dang good toss team. They're going to run, their counter, their boot, their roll pass. They're going to, punt return, and they're going to get one of the few teams that gets a great sideline reverse. And it's coming. It's coming. And it's just like, well, now stop it.
Yeah, got to put your head down and just.
Yeah, I mean, attack. It's just and if you get out there and you're trying to just be soft and well, I'm reading, then they're going to hit you in the mouth. They're ornery. They play with great aggression. Their staff has been intact almost the entire time that Coach Rowe's been there, 15, 16 years, and they have a certain amount of a pedigree of they want to be in your face and be very physical through the whistle. And so if you're in a position where you're catching, looking, absorbing, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, what is something that you emphasize with your team?
Well, right from the get-go on Monday, that we have to meet their charge. It's not things that take place after the play. It is during the course of the play. I'm not advocating, that we're going to get, we got all the antics that go on after a play to show your toughness. You got to show your physicalness and toughness from the time that ball is snapped until after that whistle's blown, and you better be in a football mode because they will be. And so we've just emphasized that same thing. If they smell fear out of you, if they smell that you're tentative, whatnot, they jump all over that. They're on it.
Coach, what's an X factor difference maker? Ultimately, what is it going to take for you guys to come out with a win this week?
Well, I think it's been kind of the same thing. We've got to keep things in front of us early. Force team to, if they might, bend but don't break. Last year, one of the things that really changed the game was, they took their toss play, which we had worked against, and they went 80 yards in one play. And in other years, if we force them to go the length of the field with a lot of snaps, they're as capable of putting it on the ground as anybody. But it's going to really be, can we minimize their big plays and get a few of our own?
Perfect, Coach. Anything else I left out or anything?
Thank you.
Perfect. I appreciate your time, and we'll look forward after the game and hopefully talking to you.
Okay. Thanks, Wyatt.
Perfect. We'll be back here on the County 10 Sports Network. It's Tiger Football on County 10.
And we'll just keep it here as we'll give you guys your Palace Pharmacy starting lineup. Palace Pharmacy and Landers, locally owned and locally loved. Palace Pharmacy combines high-quality products with personalized care. Their knowledgeable staff is happy with any questions you may have. We strive to help reach your health and wellness goals. Stopping at Palace Pharmacy, 1255 Main Street, Lander, or see them online at PalacePharmacyWY.com, as it will be Bearcat football to start this football game off. Matisse Weaver going to kick it off here for the Lander Tigers. It's a chance for the 3A East Championship as we get underway, as Matisse Weaver will see the football fall down, and we are going to have a whistle, and we'll just reset here. So Tigers again will need to win by 9 or more to lock in the number 1 seed out of the East. Douglas just needs a win or a loss by 6 or less points, as we're going to see Evan Stevenson hold the football, as it's a little windy here at Douglas, Wyoming, and got to battle through the elements here as the wind right now is kind of going left to right right now. As here we go, let's try this one more time. Matisse Weaver about to kick it off here. It's the 3A East Championship game as it's going to sail to the end zone. Bearcats start at the 20-yard line, as your Palace Pharmacy starting lineup is going to look like this. On the line, Osborne, Downs, Hamilton, and Weaver. Your back is going to be Harris, Glick, Rowan going to come back to start on the defensive side. Velarde going to play that other linebacking side. Brody Moffitt at the corner, Stauffenberg free safety, and then Joel Beaver, the other corner on this one, as the Bearcats going to start with the football in this one at their own 20. Again, they are undefeated in conference play to start this final game of the year. They are wanting to have a home game, as here we go. We're going to start with a handoff to Pyle, as Pyle going to get a good carry. I actually mistaken. That's Jackson Hughes on the first carry of the ball game, and he's going to have maybe 7 on the carry. It'll set up 2nd and 3, as Jackson Hughes probably going to see a lot of touches tonight for the Bearcats. You got to wonder, too, with this win, if it will play a factor in the passing game for both teams. Shotgun set. 2 receivers to the far side for the Bearcats. Drop back. Here's a throw attempt. It's going to be dropped, as Trey Wren on his first passing attempt will be incomplete, and it will set up a 3rd and 3 to go. Again, KOVE 1330 AM 1077 FM, streaming online at county10.com in Lander, Wyoming. As it's going to be a 3rd and 3 to go at the 27. Douglas taking a little bit more time with this huddle on a 3rd and 3. 2 receivers once again to the top of your screen. As Rin gonna send Hughes in motion. Fakes the handoff to Hughes, and it's going to be a 1st down. As Carson Ewing going to need only 4, and it'll be a 1st down for the Bearcats. As this is the opening drive of the football game for the Bearcats in quarter number 1. Again, kind of maybe notice, can't see it with the Bearcats under the scoreboard, but Tigers a little down on numbers, a couple injuries as Jack Pasquinelli's out of this ball game as Hughes goes in motion. There's the fake handoff. Ritton is going to take it himself. He's going to get a good carry here. He's at the 50. He's going to be taken out at about the 48-yard line. So all he needs is 22 yards on his first carry of the ball game, and it's a 1st down for the Bearcats. 1st and 10 from the 49. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. As Rin pistol set here for the Bearcats. Hughes in motion. Rin get a hand off here. And it's going to be right up the middle. The ball comes out. It's going to be recovered by Douglas, though. Brock Pyle, who will get the football back. That's going to be a gain of 6. Now at the 43-yard line for this 2nd down. Gain of 6 on the play. Is once again the Bearcats. 2 backs on the right. Rin going to throw it out and incomplete. And it will be 3rd down and 4 now. So 2 pass attempts, 2 incompletions for Trey Rin in this one. Again, opening drive here at Douglas, Wyoming, as starting to see it get a little bit darker here at Bearcat Stadium. 2 receivers to the top, 1 at the bottom of your screen. Rin drops back, looks, going to scramble, gets by a defender. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to be short of the line to gain as he's going to get maybe 3. And it will be 4th down as Douglas is going to go for this. They're going to hurry it up here. This time we'll see 2 receivers to the near side. 4th down, they got on the jump. So 5 free yards for the Bearcats, and they'll set up a 1st down deep in Lander territory. So a costly penalty there for the Tigers. And now Douglas with a new set of downs. And you can kind of hear the student section saying you can't do that, but that's the reality of the situation when they're going hurry up and all they're trying to do is